science and technology investigations. The Artemis II mission, scheduled for 2022, will be the first crewed flight test. This mission will test whether Orion's critical life support systems are ready to sustain astronauts on longer duration missions in the future. It will take 4 astronauts bound for the lunar orbit. They will spend 4 days orbiting the Moon and then head back home. This mission will be the final preparation for the all-important Artemis III, which will then land humans on the lunar surface in 2024. The Space Launch System has been under development since 2011, when it was first announced by NASA as its future rocket for deep space explorations. It's the most powerful rocket ever built, and when operational, will be the most capable super heavy lift vehicle in the world. The SLS has 4 Aerojet Rocketdyne RS-25 engines in its core stage and 2 expandable Block 1 and Block 1B solid rocket boosters. The rocket's upper stage, the part that puts the rocket's payload into orbit and towards its destination, is powered by the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, which is a modified second stage used in the current version of the Delta IV rockets. An additional exploration upper stage can be added for sending payloads beyond the low Earth orbit. At 364 feet, it's slightly taller than the Saturn V rocket that took humans to the Moon for the first time. And it's a strong rocket. The SLS is capable of delivering over 130 tons or 286,600 pounds of payload to a low Earth orbit. Space Launch System's Block 1 rockets will launch the first few Artemis missions. It will then be upgraded to Block 1B and eventually Block 2, which will be able to take the Orion spacecraft directly to the Moon in a single launch and possibly beyond. The Orion Multipurpose Crew Vehicle, or MCV, is going to be NASA's crewed spacecraft to explore deep space. For the Artemis program, it'll be the primary crew transport to the Moon and also planned to be used for missions to Mars. Built by Lockheed Martin Corporation, the Orion MCV consists of the crew capsule, the service module, and the launch abort system. The crew capsule command module is designed to carry a maximum of 6 astronauts, but will only carry 4 on regular missions. It'll be the only part of the Orion MCV that will return to Earth. Attached to it will be the European Service Module, designed by Airbus Defence and Space. It'll serve as the primary power and propulsion component of the spacecraft until discarded at the end of each mission. And finally, since the entire orbit spacecraft is sitting on top of a rocket, which is pretty much a giant bomb with a nozzle, there'll be a launch abort system that sits on top of the crew capsule. In case of any accidents during ascent, it can fire its rocket motors and quickly eject the crew capsule away from the main rocket. It's basically an ejection seat.